it's the spiritual value or the religious almost value of these original works. For him, today, we celebrate these works and we call them original works, and we go to museums to see them, because for us they are almost similar to spiritual pilgrimage or spiritual events. I don't know whether you have ever been to a museum abroad where there are some very precious pieces, or maybe go to Rabat where you can see a lot of very precious Moroccan paintings in the new inaugurated National Museum. But indeed, when you go there, you will be struck by the spiritual value of these works. But Tahir today, who died just weeks ago, is considered indeed a unique Moroccan artist, and his works are admired by everyone. It's almost like a new kind of religiosity. People worship Mona Lisa, admire Mona Lisa as if she were a goddess, or as if she were a precious icon of the life. It's also because these works are the relics of the past. That is, these are the only remains of our past. You know, the relic or the remains of the past. That is what has survived. So for all these reasons together, today, we consider a painting original because of all these aspects that John Berger is trying to explain in this section. And to finish with, I would also add that such an originality sometimes might also be challenged by the changes that happen in our ways of seeing. For example, today, modernity has modified us a lot, and we don't assess the relics of the past as if they were holy pieces. And I can give you an example from, again, your Moroccan traditions. In the past, almost in all the Moroccan houses, there were some either carpets or sometimes some embroidery or sometimes some silver trays, or sometimes some crystal caps, etc., etc., that the family or families preserved with a lot of pride and a lot of care. Because in Morocco of the past, these were considered original, these were considered unique, these were considered valuable in the market, these had a spiritual value, etc. Today, no one of us uses any of these Amazigh carpets, for example. Very few people use Amazigh carpets. Most of us buy synthetic carpets. Today, no one of us uses crystal caps for tea. No one. Most of us just buy it from Marjan. Today, no one drinks tea in silver kettles or tea pots. All of us just drink tea in, again, teapots you buy from a shop or a supermarket. In other words, modernity has challenged the originality of all these relics of the past. Because these are the relics of the past. this is also how our ways of seeing change. It changes when we stop looking at the past as a holy relic, as a spiritual or religious past, and we become maybe different people or modern people. In other words, either it is in painting or maybe in your daily life, the ways of seeing are always associated with your life, with your culture, with your new assumptions and the likes. Questions or reactions before we move to the next topic or next chapter? So, the next chapter is chapter 5. What do I mean by what? Cultural mystification. Berger uses this term. It simply means how sometimes we mystify things. We give them a special value. A painting should be considered a very precious painting because of our assumptions. Even if the painting itself could be challenged and criticized, but sometimes these assumptions mystify and make it a great work. So, the next topic, it's oil painting, of course, it's always oil painting, but this time it's about how paintings, particularly in European traditions, have always celebrated ownership. That is, the things you can own. I will first of all show the video, watch it, listen carefully, and then we can come back and talk about all these things.
Passing away. pyramids are like palaces, but they are also like banks. When they shut for the night, they are guarded, lest the images of the things which are desirable are stolen. The value of paintings has become mysterious. Where, we ask ourselves, does this value come from? In 1590, set out to sail around the world. He and an astronomer friend with whom he had planned the voyage were to keep 20% of the profits made and the right to run the government of any land they discovered and conquered. This globe charts Magellan's voyage around the world. Beside it is a book of arithmetic, a hymn book, and a lute. To conquer a land, it was always necessary to convert it to Christianity. The picture was painted in 1533 by Holbein. It shows two French diplomats in London. The picture is about science, about navigation, about diplomacy, about power. But in the way that it has been painted, in the way that it has been seen, what is it most about? There is not a surface in this picture which does not denote wealth. There is not a surface which has not been elaborately and skillfully worked. Except for their faces and hands, every square inch of the canvas has been gone over numerous times by weavers, embroiderers, carpet makers, mosaic makers, leather workers, farriers, jewelers, and last of all, by Holbein the painter. They are two men convinced that the world is there to furnish their residence in it. The seafaring instruments have been placed on an eastern carpet. Without the first, the second would not be there. Implicit in the rise of European Christian culture was the destruction of other cultures. But the Europeans saw it differently. They believed that their civilization was in all respects more advanced than any other. The African kneels to hold up an oil painting to his master. The painting he is holding depicts the castle about one of the principal centers of the West African slave trade. Many works of art in other cultures and periods have celebrated wealth and power. Gods, princes, and dynasties were worshipped. But these works were static, ritualistic, hierarchic, symbolic. They celebrated a social or divine order. Served a different kind of wealth. It glorified not a static order of things, but the ability to buy and furnish and to own. Before the invention of oil painting, medieval European painters often used gold leaf in their pictures. Afterwards, gold disappeared from their paintings and was only used for their frames. But sometimes the paintings themselves were simple demonstrations of what gold or what money could buy. A certain kind of oil painting celebrated merchandise in a way that had never happened before in the history of art. Merchandise became the actual principal subject of these works. Eating is a pleasure, but these paintings cannot be eaten. They are a demonstration of something else. First of all, of the artist's virtuosity. Secondly, of the owner's wealth. Livestock. Not animals in their natural condition, but animals whose pedigree is emphasized and whose pedigree is a proof of their value, whose pedigree emphasizes the social pedigree of their owners. They are painted like pieces of furniture, a table or chair with four legs. Objects which, significantly enough, became known as objets d'art. Houses. Buildings not considered as ideal works of architecture as in the work of some of the earlier Renaissance artists, but buildings considered as landed property. Portraits were equally important. Portraits of the owners of the paintings and the owners of much else besides. something about the basis of this competence and of this so-called dignity of the sitter. They were painted as though they were a strange mixture of livestock, furniture, and tailor's dyes. Every portrait is a record which says, I once existed and looked like this. These portraits say in addition, I was an object of respect and envy. I had only to raise my hand to receive attention. Everybody's clothes indicate social status. But the clothes and feathers and jewelry of these women make exaggerated claims. It is their clothes, not their faces, which dazzle. The faces of women in many European paintings are like the faces of swimmers in seas of silk and satin. Oil painting would paint these materials as they had never before been painted. There were also paintings whose subjects were taken from classical literature, subjects which today seem quite remote, unsubstantial, dreamlike. But this wasn't so when the pictures were bought. Classical mythology was part of the specialized knowledge of the privileged minority. And these paintings helped them to visualize themselves whilst displaying the classic virtues, making the classic gestures. The paintings were the settings for charades in which they themselves would play. The props were given. The spirit of the performance was left to the owner's imagination. The figures were like guards, held out for the spectator owners to put their arms into and wear. Here the daughters of the family dress up as graces, decorating Hymen. But the dressing up didn't have to be as literal as that. The spectator wore the clothes and played his part, just in imagination. Who would you guess she was meant to represent? Didn't painters see her differently? But do these paintings have anything in common? And if so, what is it that they all convey? These pictures are all from the National Gallery, and are all of Mary Magdalene. The point of the original story is that a prostitute so loves Christ that she repents of her past and comes to accept the mortality of flesh and the immortality of the soul. In each case, the way the picture is painted contradicts the essence of the story. The method of painting, the way of seeing, can only envisage her as being, before everything else, takeable. The opposite sexual. The title suggests sacred love. The painting with title as alibi speaks of profane love. Alternatively, she is simply a well-dressed, eligible young woman. The tangibility of her wardrobe, the elegance of her presence is all. It's a portrait that might have been painted of her for her future husband on the occasion of their betrothal. What I'm saying applies least of all to landscape painting, or to the great late masters of landscape painting like Constable or Turner or Monet. But even there, in the development of landscape painting, the faculty of oil painting to serve great property did play a certain role. This is what Sir Kenneth Clark says about Gainsborough.
At the very beginning of his career, his pleasure in what he saw inspired him to put into his pictures backgrounds as sensitively observed as the cornfield in which are seated Mr. and Mrs. Andrews. This enchanting work was painted with such love and mastery
stands in for the real one. A number of great painters used oil paint to express their own highly personal and exceptional visions. They, in many ways, contradict my argument. They also contradict the tradition from which they sprang. This picture by Rubens celebrates the park and farmland surrounding the chateau he lived in. But the chateau and its owners are far away. Hunting is free. The fields are golden. The landscape is like a counterpane on a bed. It is a painting which goes beyond its traditional category. It is not a painting about a castle and its lands. On the contrary, it shows a world without scarcity, a world of plenty, a world, that is, which contradicts the entire history of private property. There's a painting of a woman by Vermeer, which at first sight confirms everything I've said. It would seem to be the ideal illustration of my argument. She's weighing gold in a pair of scales, or perhaps also weighing the pearls strewn on the table. Her interest is commercial. In the way the scene is painted, the substantiality and tangibility of everything is emphasized. Everything suggests the solidity of a Dutch middle-class home. Even the painting of the Last Judgment on the wall behind her. A painting on the wall is a mark of prosperity. But go on looking. Gradually the painting becomes more mysterious, less easily explainable in my terms. The light falls on her face, on her fingers, on the scales, on the pearls. The moment has been preserved. And as we realize that, the way it has been preserved, we realize that like every moment, it was unrepeatable. It is as though she is holding the moment between her forefinger and thumb on the scales of the past and the future. Despite its apparent celebration of property, this painting is about the mystery of light and time as we look up at the stars. Not for one moment would I deny or belittle the significance and achievement of paintings like these. But we should not confuse these exceptional paintings, and everything in the museums, everything said by art experts, encourages this confusion. We should not confuse such exceptional works with the purpose and significance of the general tradition. Let me show the difference again, this time at the highest level. Two self-portraits by Rembrandt. One when he was young, one when he was old. But the difference between them isn't just a question of how age changes a man's character. In the first painting, Rembrandt used the style and methods of the tradition for their traditional purposes, as an advertisement for the owner's good fortune, prestige, and wealth. In the later painting, he has turned the tradition of the oil painting